Where's the rest of the crew?
I don't really know, sir.
Hello? Hello? I'm stronger than you know.
You are hunting. How do you think you would react if you knew the truth?
De Nación de Acción, soy George X y en esta ocasión les traemos una entrevista en exclusiva con uno de mis peleadores de artes marciales mixtas favoritos. Además es campeón de peso medio de la liga Strike Force y además es uno de los actores principales en la película que se acaba de estrenar llamada Pandorum. Él se encuentra del otro lado de la pantalla y se llama Cung Lee. Hey Cung, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm really excited that you are part of this interview. So I want to know, first of all, I mean, before talking about the movie, let's talk about a little bit of MMA. You're currently the Strike Force middleweight champion. So I want to know, when is your next fight? Do you even have an opponent?
There's something that you don't know yet. Actually, I vacated my title last week because I've been out of the country filming movies and just taking such a long time off, and I felt like, you know, for me to hang on to the belt is kind of not fair for the other middleweight contenders in Strike Force.
Oh, so when you get back to fighting, you're gonna be a contender for the belt. So I mean, do you know like how many fights before you reach like a title fight?
Well, it all depends on my first performance. You know, I think when I come back, Scott Coker's gonna have me do super fights, and you know, if I do well and I feel good about my performance, I think you know, the next step will be talked about, which is, you know, either fighting one more fight or getting right back into title contention. So we will find out after my first fight back.
Yeah, we really hope so, because I mean, I gotta be honest, not only I follow MMA, but I'm also one of the commentators of Bellator Fighting Championship, and by far, I mean, you're one of my favorite fighters, very exciting, and because you have a very dangerous and polished kicking technique. I mean, very unusual in a MMA fighter to use so many kicks in a fight. Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk a little bit about the movie. I've been seeing, you know, like a trend with some fighters. You know, I've seen Keith Jardine in a cameo in a movie Gamer. I've seen Randy Couture like in some sort of epic action Scorpion King movie. And then I saw you in fighting, and now in this movie. Is this some sort of like a trend of MMA fighters to switch to movie making?
I don't think it's a trend so much. I believe it's the popularity of MMA now and the popularity of a lot of the fighters that are exciting to watch and that are fan and crowd pleasers. And I think the studios, the movie studios, are picking up on that, and they're going out and they're you know, giving the MMA fighters a chance to be in their projects, in their movie.
First of all, the movie is a non-martial arts movie, and also your character only speaks Vietnamese. So, I mean, this is a big step for you as an actor.
Yes, you know, I actually speak English better. I came to this country when I was 2 years old, so speaking Vietnamese, when they told me they wanted me to speak in my native tongue, and they gave me the dialogue, and I went home and had some help from my uncle and the Vietnamese radio station translate the dialogue. You know, like, you know, every single word had to be perfect for me to come across good for the Vietnamese community, and also in the movie. It definitely was like going back to school.
Oh wow, so that was very challenging, you know, especially when you were delivering your lines. But tell me, I mean, I saw the trailer, and it seems like a very scary space thriller, sort of like Aliens. So why don't you tell us about the movie?
Well, you know, I think what fascinated me about this movie, actually the script, was, you know, like when I read the script and I realized that there's this ship, it's like a Noah's Ark, and it travels from our solar system to another solar system to find this planet that I guess the scientists realized that we can rebuild and populate on this planet. And the two characters, Ben Foster and Dennis Quaid, when they wake up, since they've been asleep so long, they don't know what they're supposed to do, what their mission is. And Ben Foster, who plays Bauer, starts exploring the ship, and he gets into a little trouble. I rescue him, and that's where the story begins. Right there, we team up, and we go and explore the ship and try to get the reactor started again, because it seems like the ship was dying.
Oh, wow. That sounds really, really exciting. Can't wait to go see it. And talking about that, what is the thing that you enjoy the most about working in movies?
Well, you know, you get a second take, you get a third take, not like fighting. You know, if you don't get out of the way of that punch, you get hit.
Yeah, and we all know that a career of a mixed martial artist or any combat sports fighter, it's a short career. So are you seriously considering acting as your next step?
Acting is the next step for me, but not everyone has short careers in MMA. But like Randy, he's had such a long career. He's 45 now, and he's still in the top of his game. But basically, it just depends on the fighters. Sometimes it's just luck too. If you get injured, it could be the end of your career. But if you train smart and if you have a good camp, your career could be prolonged.
Absolutely. Well, Kong Lee, we're gonna let you go to the screening. And finally, I mean, what you expect the most out of this movie? I mean, why do you want people to know about this movie?
I want people to know about this movie because it's definitely going to be very exciting, very scary, and it's different from any other sci-fi action horror movie.
Well, Kong Lee, congratulations on this movie, and also we look forward to see you back in the cage, buddy.
Thank you very much. Hopefully next year I'll be rocking in the cage.
Fantastic. Bueno, Kong Lee, muchísimas gracias por esta entrevista y también por darnos la exclusiva de que dejaste vacante el título de peso medio de Strike Force. Por favor, manténnos al tanto de qué es lo que sucede con tu regreso a la jaula y también tu camino para recuperar el título. Pero por lo pronto disfruta del éxito y la premiere de la película. Y bueno, antes de que te vayas, por favor, danos un saludo para Nación de Acción.
Hi, my name is Kong Lee, former Strike Force middleweight champion. You're listening and watching to Nación de Acción, and Pandorum opens in theaters everywhere today.